Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. An atmospheric river will wane through today with areas of heavy rain, high elevation mountain snow, and strong winds over the northwestern U.S. It'll be tapering off across the Pacific Northwest into the northern Rockies. River and small stream flooding impacts are expected in response to the persistent rainfall, snowmelt, and potential ice jams. Closer to home, very dry conditions with low humidity will keep fire conditions elevated. Frontal passage tomorrow through Thursday will bring breezy easterly winds to much of the area. Weekend storm system will bring another round of breezy to windy conditions. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control for roadblock information for Tuesday, February 25th. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. There are no roadblocks scheduled for Tuesday. Highway 70, Highway 380, Owen Road, Las Cruces Gate, Nike Avenue, War Highway, and all internal range roads will be open all day.
Crews from Alamo West were dispatched to a reported structure fire yesterday evening. Initial responding units found an abandoned commercial structure with substantial fire involvement and attic space extension. While interior crews performed a search, exterior crews worked to externally contain that fire. A defense attack posture was assumed due to the unstable interior fire conditions. After an extensive firefighting effort, the fire was controlled and required significant overhaul. All crews were cleared and returned to service without reporting any injuries. The Alamogordo City Commission regular meeting takes place this evening at 6:30. No new business listed, but they are expected to adjourn into an executive closed session to discuss pending litigation. As a reminder, the Tularosa Special School Board meeting takes place Thursday at 10 a.m. via Zoom. Ruidoso Mayor Lynn Crawford spoke about business recovery from Midtown to Ruidoso Downs.
There's a lot of work going on. Right now, we've already got a bunch of trucks. They're running about 300 dump trucks a day in and out of there. The culverts and all the stuff that's going to be replaced and repaired, all that's being field engineered. So we've been working with DOT, track ownership, people that own the land, the county, to make sure everything's coordinated, that everything's going to be approved by FEMA so that it can be reimbursed. And we're going to be running horses there in May on Memorial Day. I'm just sad to say that we won't be running thoroughbreds this year just because with how some of the measures to protect the track, which right now, if people don't understand, the track getting washed out and flooded and dispersing the velocity, the energy out of that floodwater is what saved the Spaghetti Flats, which is part of Ruidoso Downs. And ultimately, the wastewater treatment plant that we have downriver, we received quite a bit of damage down there. And so the track is, we're trying to take measures to make sure that the track has some armoring itself for protection. So it's not a guarantee that if we have a 2-inch rain on the burn scar up on the mountain, that the track is going to be washed out, because you're looking at between the track and the government fixing all that area, and then the village, we're having to move our sewer line out of the river. That's just the way things were done years ago, you know, the lowest point of gravity. And so we have to fix that and secure that up. That costs us $1.5 million that we're getting reimbursed for. So you're looking at about $20 million worth of work down there that we need to make sure has sustainability.
Hear that interview in full on KRWG's website. The Alamogordo Recreation Center announces the Spring Fling registration open now. The actual Spring Fling will be available from March 24th through the 28th, Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. for grades kindergarten through 8th. Games and activities for the kids as well as an afternoon snack. The fee is $100. Alamogordo Public Schools announces the summer 2025 student internships. Opportunities are now posted on the Alamogordo Public Schools hiring site. The final day to apply is April 25th. Well, today is Tuesday. That means we get an introspection with our good friend, Pastor Johnny Walker.
This is Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. In the midst of the chaos that surrounds us, it starts to feel as if failure has become a constant companion, both within and around us. We find ourselves in a place where it seems like nobody cares about the struggles we face. The once encouraging voices that fueled our determination have fallen silent, leaving us feeling alone and defeated. It appears as if even the very depths of hell are working tirelessly to root against us. hoping to crush our spirits and extinguish our dreams. But I want you to understand that no matter how difficult your circumstances may be, the dream that fuels your soul is worth fighting for. It may seem like the fight has drained you of every ounce of strength and hope, leaving you with an emptiness and weariness that feels impossible to overcome. Yet, amidst all of this, I implore you, resist the urge to quit. Yes, people may have stopped encouraging you. Perhaps their own battles have consumed their attention, causing them to overlook your own. But do not let their silence define your self-worth. Seek out those who uplift you, inspire you to keep moving forward. Surround yourself with individuals who genuinely believe in your dreams and remind you of the power that lies within you. Embrace the fact that giving up is simply not an option. You were created with a spirit of endurance, and no matter how exhausted you may feel, it is within you to keep pushing forward. This fight, my friend, is not a solitary one. Reach out to the divine, to the source of all strength and wisdom, and allow your weary heart to be replenished. Tap into the power that transcends human limitations and watch as it breathes new life into your weary soul. I encourage you to take a deep breath, fill yourself with hope, and march onward. The storm may rage, but you are not alone. The world may seem indifferent, but remember that there are those who believe in you and your dreams. Take hold of the strength that remains within you, for the dream that burns within your heart is worth fighting for. Resist the urge to quit and let resilience be your anthem. This is Johnny Walker. We'll talk to you again next week. And if you need something else before then, we're at 3001 Thunder Road, New Covenant Worship Center. Service starts at 10:30 a.m. We'll see you soon.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, Sunny Harris, inviting you to join Animal Village NM's Thank You in Advance fundraiser and help us reach our goal of $25,000 by February 29th. Your support will fund spay-neuter surgeries for more than 200 pets and provide essential pet food for families in need. Drop off gently worn shoes at our collection boxes or donate online at animalvillagenm.org. By mail, 303 Spring Road, Ruidoso, 88345. Thank you in advance for your generosity. AnimalVillageNM.org.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
An early Saturday morning shooting at the entrance to Kirtland Air Force Base killed an unidentified airman and sent Airman Basic Brian Teal Scott to the University of New Mexico Hospital with a wounded hand. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations, in coordination with the FBI and Albuquerque Police Department, are investigating this incident. As the Trump administration looks to reduce the size of government, state leaders say they are ready to help federal employees who lose their jobs. The New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions says around 140 unemployment claims this month have come from federal workers. At last check, Secretary Narita Nair said New Mexico has around 30,000 federal workers, including around 2,200 on probationary status. She says it's hard for them to know how many of those workers lost their jobs unless they file for unemployment. The most claims so far have come from Albuquerque, followed by Carlsbad, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, and Las Cruces. Several claims have come from areas around the national forests.
We're treating this very much the way that we treat the fires and the floods. This is a significant event that we're expecting to impact our communities.
The secretary says they have a team dedicated to federal employment claims and are prepared to ramp up efforts if more workers lose their jobs. House lawmakers spent the entire afternoon yesterday debating their $10.8 billion state budget proposal before eventually approving it and sending it off to the Senate. State Representative John Block calls the budget fiscally irresponsible. This year's budget is nearly 6% higher than last year's, while still keeping roughly a third of state revenue in reserves. State lawmakers say they'll definitely rely on that in case of extra federal funding cuts. Some of the big line items include a 4% pay raise for all public school workers and raising the minimum salaries for all teachers by $5,000. There's around $155 million allocated for housing and homelessness, hundreds of millions dedicated to several state trust funds. Not everyone's happy with this budget. Children, Youth, and Families Department leaders asked lawmakers for an extra $64 million in recurring costs to hire much-needed staff members and increase foster family stipends. CYFD Secretary Teresa Casado spoke with KOB.
I think there just seems to be a disconnect in the trust and really understanding what's needed. And I can completely understand it's been problematic for so long. And I think they've heard a lot of things over the years that are going to get fixed, and they haven't seen that materialize. And so I think there's a lack of trust in getting that done. But, you know, some of these problems we really can fix if we get the appropriate staffing levels in there.
There's a chance the Senate could add in extra funds, but with the public safety, behavioral health, and budget largely out of the way, state lawmakers are now shifting their focus to some of the other issues like education and the 100-day school calendar. The governor believes all New Mexico students need to be in class a minimum of 180 days a year, 5 days a week, but some rural districts would rather stick to 4 longer days a week. This bill leaves it up to the districts to decide, and the House committee unanimously approved the bill yesterday morning, which challenges the governor's plans. Republican State Senator Jay Block is proposing a Department of Government Efficiency office in the state of New Mexico. Senate Bill 44 would create the New Mexico version of DOGE. If it passes, it will provide duties and powers of the executive director and office.
Taxpayers have an absolute right to know where their money's going. I believe that they should have confidence that government is good stewards of their money. And if it's not, let's identify it and let's fix the problem.
Block speaking with KOAT.
This is a continual process of digging deep into our finances as a state to report back to the taxpayers so we can assure our taxpayers that their money is being spent appropriately.
Senate Bill number 484. First off, this is not going to pass. It won't even make it to the floor. It might not make it to committee. There's just absolutely no way the folks in Santa Fe want any oversight over where money is going. Sports and weather are coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
The Tularosa Lady Cat basketball team are the regular season district champions and will host the district tournament championship Friday in Tularosa. Wow! Today there are 26 games for New Mexico girls basketball, including Hatch at Cobre and Chaparral at Santa Teresa. There are 33 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Carrizozo at Hondo, Dexter at Redoso, Santa Teresa at Chaparral, Dexter at Tularosa. Wow! Go Wildcats! And Alamogordo heads to Mayfield. Go Tigers! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 75. Low tonight of 46. High tomorrow, 74 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today. Winds gusting up to 22 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Winds gusting up to 20. Mostly sunny tomorrow with winds gusting up to 25. There's a 20% chance of precipitation. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 57. Low tonight of 38. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 32. High tomorrow, 54 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.